But it's like, if I'm going to have added sugar, I'm getting crumble cookies. Hello. I'm not getting it from a Cliff Bar. It's the same amount of added sugar. So once people start to realize that and realize you don't have to restrict your favorite things, because when you restrict things, like scarcity and deprivation always leads to overindulgence. Always. So if you're telling yourself I can't have a donut, I can assure you I'm going to house a dozen donuts at some point, probably every Saturday night. That's just going to happen.
Hey there, business enthusiasts. Welcome to the Chills Podcast, brought to you by Allweather Roof. Because just like a sturdy roof, our conversations are built to last. I'm your host, Brent Loberg, and we're about to dive into the world of business, family, and the moments that give us those exhilarating chills. Ever wonder what keeps successful people inspired? Well, get ready to find out as we chat with some fantastic all-weather customers, partners, vendors, and friends. We'll explore their triumphs, challenges, and maybe even some unexpected secrets. After all, business is not just about numbers. It's about the people behind them. So grab your metaphorical popcorn and join us on this journey. Get ready to be inspired, maybe even get a few chills of your own. This is the Chills Podcast. Let the goosebumps begin. Let's introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your companies.
Okay, so my name is Annie Deckert, and I do have two different companies, completely unrelated. My first one is I'm an economic development consultant. So it's interesting, as I've been traveling, a lot of people refer to it as kind of an owner's rep. So basically, businesses hire me, predominantly manufacturers, when they're looking to grow or expand, help them find a good site, because if you've, as you know, kind of in the industry, a lot of times it's really hard to find the site that you need. You might find the perfect site, and then you maybe have to get a rezoning or a conditional use permit or amend an ordinance. There's just all these kind of land use and development applications involved. And so I handle all of that for businesses. So I do that. I spend a lot of time doing site analysis, especially in this area that we're in now. I work with so many manufacturers that will say, I can be in the Northwest Metro. It doesn't really matter where. I need 12 acres. Well, people don't realize you can find, 2-3 sites that may work for them. And depending on which county you're in, if you're underneath the Metropolitan Council or not, you can save significant money and or tap into certain incentives you're eligible for just crossing a geographical line.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time doing that. And then just basically utilizing all the different grants and stuff that are available for growing, expanding, buying machinery and equipment, and then kind of a tertiary service. Because once I start working with people, I kind of continue to work with them, not forever, but a little bit, because there's different money available for renovations, for purchasing equipment, for training your employees, especially in the state of Minnesota. There's a ton of grant money available for, a CNC machinist or a registered nurse to job shadow, pay for an internship for, a kid to come into your business. Then you can send them to go to college. You can get an internship for that. You can pay to do customized training on site. So there's a lot of that stuff too. So that's my first business. So I've been doing that since 2012.
Okay.
And then my other business is I am a nutrition coach, and I have my own sub line.
All right.
Yeah.
You grew up in northern Minnesota.
Northern Minnesota.
Yeah.
Didn't realize how long the O was until I moved down south.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Coupon, vague, about. What else do people make fun of me for? A lot of things. And then you say Minnesota.
That's the thing.
You can't just stop it.
When people ask where you're from, and why is it that word?
Yeah. I'm like, well, you say it. And then I go back and forth. Vague. Like vague. It never stops. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. So what made you go with the nutrition?
Yeah, so it's interesting. So with my consulting job, and I work with businesses, but I also do a lot of work with nonprofits and units of government too. Because once you kind of understand how businesses speak, but how governments speak and work together, you can do a variety of different things. And I'd been doing that for quite some time. Gets pretty political at times, and then COVID happened. And kind of during that time, I thought, I'm kind of sick of doing this. It's funny, I think my parents... I drive my parents bonkers, because of what, every 5-6 years I say, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to quit my good government job, right? Because I started out in government and start doing a consulting business that no one can explain still. But during that time, I was, at home, of course, and then I was gaining weight, and then I was making me mad. And I thought, I'm too smart to let the number on the scale make me mad. And when I grew up, I was in gymnastics. And, as a woman, and now that I coach men too, I did every fad diet under the sun. We live in the age of Amazon Prime, where we think, I eat 2 salads and I go for a walk. Why don't my pants fit? And so I thought, this is dumb. And I took a bunch of different nutrition certifications, just to more teach myself the science behind food and fat loss and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. Saw a lot of changes in my own life, started unofficially helping my friends and family, and thought, I'm going to start a business. And so then I started that more as a side hustle, but now they kind of go back and forth of which one I give most attention to, because it's just I'm a standalone businesswoman. So
Sure. Where'd you get your training?
for the nutrition,
Yeah.
through NASM, which is the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and then NCI, which is a Nutritional Coaching Institute.
Okay.
So, and then I had purchased, I'm going to mind blank where it's from, all the training for a personal trainer, but the thought of learning every muscle and bone of your body makes me want to vomit. Like, I start doing it, and to be a